Her on the phone.
Nice segue.
Nice segue. You like that? Actually, her nickname's the Cupcake, and definitely very attractive looking. But I tell you, she probably beat the snot out of most guys that I know.
Absolutely.
Miesha, the Cupcake Tate. Are you on the call with us, Miesha? Miesha, you there?
I'm here. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for calling in. Thanks for being on the show.
Hey, no problem.
Very cool, man. Hope sent us over a bunch of stuff. She said you're working really hard over there with Team Juggernaut, doing a lot of things with Fighters Power.
I sure am, and proud to be working with them. They're a great company, and, I can't really give them enough credit. They're awesome. It's been a pleasure to work with them, and I'm looking forward to doing more of that in the future. We're actually going to be doing a giveaway through my Facebook fan page this weekend. We're trying to get Fighters Power fan page up to about 1,000 followers, and we're roughly around 850, so we're really close. And we're going to basically give away some product and a signed picture from me on Monday. So go on their fan page, hit like, and post Miesha's fan for your chance to win.
Hey, that signed picture makes it worth it all right there, let alone the supplements. For those of you that are listening out there, actually, if you want to call in, you have any questions for Miesha, if you know who she is, give us a call, 888-987-987. If you don't know, I'll let you know. She's ranked arguably number 4, number 5 on some sites, top women's MMA fighter in the world, ex-Strikeforce women's bantamweight champion, lost that to Ronda Rousey via submission armbar, then came right back and won the next fight by submission armbar on the undercard of the Rousey-Kaufman fight. So big things for you. What's your contract term length with Strikeforce? How many fights do you have left under the Strikeforce banner until your contract's up again?
Well, I have at least one more, potentially more. The details aren't usually something I discuss on a very freely basis, but I am still under contract and, looking forward to hopefully being absorbed into UFC very soon. That's
kind of where I was going with that. We all saw the announcement that they brought Rousey on board, and, she's got to have some competitors in that league, and, being at the top of that pile of top women in the world, you almost think they've got to come in and offer you some money to take on the UFC, the standard.
I'd pay to see that fight again.
I would be pretty insulted if if they brought over my division without me.
Yeah, Miesha, this is Christopher James here, and great talking to you. When this all first happened, they announced Ronda Rousey, and then immediately you came out on Twitter and everything, and you were talking about how you were going to be the next one signed to the UFC. Why didn't that happen right away? And, how do you feel about them putting in Liz Carmouche in that first fight versus, say, Cyborg or yourself?
Well, I can't exactly confirm or deny it at this point. I can't really say much about it, but, basically what I tweeted about once I saw Ronda was signed, I never actually said, oh, I'm signed to the UFC. I just said, well, I'm looking forward to coming to the UFC because I know her and I are, one of the most highly anticipated fights in the future, and I lost once, but, like I've said before, I feel like I lost the battle, but I haven't lost the war, and that's what I'm getting ready for. I'm getting ready for the war, and, I'm pretty confident that they're going to want to bring me along with the other women. There has to be opponents for Ronda. It's not all the Ronda show, although some people like to see it that way, but it's definitely not. So I
think Dana's just got the hots for her. That's all it is.
Yeah, I got to agree.
I don't know. I can't make those kinds of accusations.
I can. I said it.
Hey, you don't have to do it because we'll do it for you. So, that's our job here. That's what we do here in the media. We make the accusation for you. So we'll throw it out there. Now, hey, and everybody at home, you're listening to 98.7 The Fan. Florida Combat Network. Give us a call, 888-988-7987. 888-988-7987. On the phone with us is top-ranked female fighter Miesha Tate, and she's finishing up her deal with Strikeforce. She's getting ready to jump into the UFC, it looks like. And Miesha, we have a friend in common, Roger O'Brien and the guys at Apocalypse MMA. They just redesigned your website. So give us a little update on what's going on with your new website and how fans can get in touch with you.
Not only did they redesign it, they recreated a whole new website for me that was better. It's better than anything that I've ever had before, and I love it. He's done a great job. He even put a little, had some little cupcake twist accents on there.
He did. It's awesome. I love your site.
I'm an avid baker, so, the nickname, means a little bit more than, just something silly. It's actually a big hobby of mine. It's something that I enjoy doing outside of fighting. And he's done a great job. Take a look at it. It's Cupcake Tate CupcakeTate.com. There's some cool content, some original content, some exclusive content, and, pictures, videos, you name it, blogs. So you can really get on there and familiarize yourself with me or whatever you want to do on there, I suppose.
Hey, and also, listen, I know you like to bake everything. I'm going to say this. I'm going to give it back to Dion. We expect you to send us some baked goods here at the studio for the Florida Combat Network, maybe some of your world-famous cupcakes.
Well, you're not the only one. I'll have to add you to the list.
You're going to have to open up a bakery with all the requests I'm sure that you get. Hey, that's not a bad gimmick right there. That could be your retirement plan. You can go into the baking industry and brand those cupcakes.
And if they don't pay you, you can snap their arms.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. I think you guys are onto something there.
Hey, here's a fact, Miesha, a lot of people don't know, and I'd like to know more about this. You wrestled on the boys' wrestling team in high school. How'd you pull that off?
Oh, well, as best I could.
I mean, did you compete at the regional events in the men's category against the guys?
I did. I competed all 4 years. Just during season. I didn't wrestle year-round because I didn't come from a family who had any kind of wrestling background, so there wasn't really much rhyme or reason for me wanting to do wrestling. I really simply did it because I can't play basketball to save my life, and it was the only other option for sport during the winter season of high school, and I just love sports. I wanted to be active, so I did it just for that purpose, just to stay in shape and be active, and I ended up loving it. It was the sport that I lived for all year. And my best friend and I, Sharon, we both started it at the same time. She wrestled 3 of the 4 years. My junior year, I was the lone female soldier on the team. So I was actually helped me get really, really good, though, because I was forced to wrestle with pretty much nothing but guys. Every once in a while, I would see a female in competition and be able to compete against another woman. But for the most part, it was training with men and competing against men.
Well, you went on to win the high school women's state championship and also win nationals at the World Team Trials at the 158-pound division. Not too bad. Did you, in college, did you go on? These guys are all in love with you right now, Miesha, by the way. I'm trying to have an intelligent conversation with you. And
we're showing them your pictures,
your
bunch
of MMA
pictures.
Guys are all in here.
Miesha, this is dangerous, Dan.
They're
Green.
trying to
I just
distract
have
me
one
as much
question,
as possible.
One question. I need to know what your ring size is.
2 or 3?
There's 6 in the studio right now. There's 3 hosts of the show, and we got 3 guests in the show. So right now only 3 people are talking, but
there's 6 of us here, and we're all checking out your website. Dion's trying to talk to you. We keep showing him your modeling pictures to see if we give the crack because you're a beautiful woman. And he folded right under the pressure. We cracked him just like that.
Yeah, but Chris was this way when we had Seth Petrozelli on the phone too.
Well, that was just that one time, but I was still in college.
He's a good-looking guy.
He is a good-looking dude, but he doesn't have a beard like me.
I know men and multitasking doesn't go well together. So if you guys all fall silent, I know you're just looking at my pictures.
Well, Miesha, in our defense, you are very attractive, and it's great that you're out there promoting the sport, women's MMA. Not that you guys aren't exciting to watch, because believe me, I would rather watch a night full of female fights than I would most guy fights. To be honest with you, females it's just a different veracity in the cage. I think that's the best analogy for it. I mean, it's just a totally different level. So, yeah, that's a nice picture, also, Chris. Chris, man, you need to get some therapy for that.
What are you talking about?
But, Miesha, it's really good that you're out there doing what you do, and we support you, and we'd love to have you back on here, especially when you get some of the big news about the UFC, because I totally agree with you. It's a matter of time. You're very talented at the top of your game, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be getting approached very soon about a big contract over there at the UFC.
Thanks, guys. And I think a part of it is that I kind of publicly acknowledged after my last fight in August against Julie, which I won, but it wasn't, in my eyes, it wasn't an impressive performance. I mean, it was maybe another valiant demonstration of my heart, which, I know that I have that, but I also know that I possess a better skill set than what I felt I displayed in my last 2 fights, so it was a little frustrating. And I decided to take some time off and regroup a little bit and focus on the things, rather than physical, more the mental and emotional, because as a fighter, as any athlete, really, it's important to be synchronized, to have all of that together when you enter your competition. And, when I entered the cage, I felt like I was so focused on the physical, trying to rehab from the injury from the Ronda fight, that I kind of lost sight of the mental and emotional stability and whatnot. So anyways, I wasn't happy with my performance, and so I openly, acknowledged that I wanted to take close to a year off. And so I think that may be also part of the reason why, the delay with, the UFC. because I don't have a fight scheduled and that kind of stuff. So hopefully here soon, maybe late spring or whatnot, I'll be looking to get back in the cage.
Well,
and the UFC octagon, preferably.
Yeah, without a doubt. I've got a question for you. I'm sure it's in your mind. You got to be thinking about it. You haven't lost, except for the Ronda Rousey fight. It was a decision loss to Sarah Kaufman way back in 2009. You got to be thinking about, getting an opportunity to get in there with her, especially if it's going to be a title fight. If she's able to win this upcoming bout, win the title, and you got to be looking at, eyeing a rematch with her for that title. What are you going to do differently, and how are you going to prepare differently now that you've had an opportunity to face her and be on, I hate to say it, but the other end of that armbar that she's so famous for?
Well, I mean, it's like you live and learn, and I really am a firm believer that you learn more from your losses than from your victories.
Amen.
Winning is easy. Winning is so easy. I mean, you put in the same amount of work, really, whether you win or you lose. But it's easy to go home and celebrate and feel awesome after a victory. It's not so easy to have put in all that time and work and come out on the short end of the stick and have to go home with your head kind of hung low and people kind of maybe beating you up through social media, which is so easy to do nowadays. And then to pick yourself up and move on and become better for it, which is what I'm trying to do. And I believe that I'm capable of that because I've done it before. And I think Ronda's very beatable. She's great at what she does, but outside of that, I feel if I can push her beyond those limits, you know what I mean? I feel that it would be my fight, and that's what I'm working to do. There's no guarantees, there's no for sure, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm going to give it my best effort, and I'm really going to work hard towards that rematch and avenging a loss.
Miesha Cupcake Tate. You had a question for Miesha?
Yeah, Miesha. I just want to let you know that we are a big fan of you over here at Team Assassin MMA Gym. And my wife told me if I get online tonight, I got to make sure I say hi to you. She's a big fan of you. Her name is Deirdre. She loves you to death. Every time UFC or any fights on woman, female, she's always right there watching you, support you the whole time. Just let you know that.
That's so awesome. Tell her thank you very much, and thank you guys for your support.
Hey, no problem, Miesha. Anytime, and especially when you get that big news. Like I said, it's a matter of time. When you get that big news, we'd love to have you back on the show to make the announcement.
Oh, okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Miesha Tate, ladies and gentlemen. Miesha Tate, ladies and gentlemen.